So guys, I'm a bit confused to why. Well, I wouldn't say confused. I think I know why, but why is Errol Spence so desperate all of a sudden to fight Manny Pacquiao? You know, he's mentioned his name in a few interviews, and I don't understand why he's now so keen on fighting Pacquiao. Here's the thing. I think a lot of these guys like Thurman, Spence, and all of these guys want to fight Pacquiao. Even Sean Porter, all of these champions want to fight him. Danny Garcia has been a bit reluctant. He's not mentioned Pacquiao's name as much. I don't know whether it's because of his style. He feels that, it's a tough fight. I don't know, But all these other guys have mentioned Pacquiao's name. Crawford, Spence, Porter, Thurman. They all want to fight him. They all want that fight. It's because I think they feel Pacquiao's old. And they feel it's the right time to fight him. And by beating Pacquiao, you can make a huge name for yourself. Not just that, it's a huge payday. And it's probably not as risky fight in their minds. Because they probably feel Pacquiao's old. So it's not a risky fight. Like Errol Spence probably feels that the Pacquiao fight is not a risky fight for him. He feels that he'll beat Pacquiao quite comfortably. And he'll get a lot of credit for beating Pacquiao. And he'll make a huge payday. However, I do think by Errol Spence beating Manny Pacquiao, I don't think he'll get the credit. Because I think people will say, well, Pacquiao was old. And Errol Spence is an up-and-coming talent. It's not like he's a guy that no one expects to beat Pacquiao. Errol Spence would go into a fight with Manny Pacquiao as a favourite. The bookies and everybody would have Errol Spence a huge favourite in that fight. So I don't see why Errol Spence is so desperate. I think most people a lot of people would want to see Errol Spence fight Terence Crawford because they see that as a more challenging, a more tougher fight for Errol Spence. So I think he'd get a lot more credit fighting Terence Crawford and beating Terence Crawford. I don't think he'd get that kind of credit that he would get beating Manny Pacquiao. But I don't think it's all about the credit. I don't think Errol Spence really cares about that, if I'm honest. I think Errol Spence cares about the money, which he knows he'll probably get paid a lot more fighting Manny Pacquiao than he would do fighting Terence Crawford because of the fact that Pacquiao's a superstar of the sport. Also, he feels the money's obviously a big reason. The money, he feels, that fighting Pacquiao, he'll get paid huge amounts of sums of money. So that's obviously a key part. And not just that, I think he feels that Terence Crawford right now is not a legend. Pacquiao's a legend. So by beating a legend, as Thurman says, you become a legend. I'm not so sure about that statement. Not if the legend is 40 years of age and he's on his way out. I actually think by beating, or if you fight a legend who's as good as Manny Pacquiao, because Pacquiao can still fight. He's still a top fighter and he can still trouble all of these guys. If he ends up troubling you and it's a close fight or it's a close decision, people are going to say, well, he struggled against a 40-year-old. Do you know what I mean? A 40-year-old, not just struggling against a 40-year-old, struggling against a 40-year-old that was much smaller than him, that had no physical advantage over him, that, you had many physical advantages over him, like height, strength, reach. You had all those advantages, yet you still struggled against him, and he's old. So, it's a very risky fight, because it can ruin you as well. Pacquiao beats Spence, then in my opinion, he has a lot to... Errol Spence has a lot to lose in that fight. In my opinion, he has a lot more to lose than to gain. Yes, the only thing he really has to gain is a huge payday. Really, that's the only thing Errol Spence has to gain by fighting Manny Pacquiao. But from a performance point of view, unless he goes out there and completely washes Pacquiao, which I don't think would happen, I think Errol Spence, even if he wins and wins a close fight, I think he could be in for some backlash. So it is what it is. I don't think it's a fight where Errol Spence is gonna come out with flying colours, if I'm honest with you. I think it's a risky fight. But leave your thoughts, guys. Why do you think Errol Spence is so desperate for a fight against Manny Pacquiao? He seemed quite vocal of last week or week and a half, 2 weeks, that he wants that fight. The desperation is there. And Thurman's been desperate. Thurman's even come out and said, sign the contract. So he's talking as if the contract's there and Pacquiao's you know, the fight there has been offered to Pacquiao. So yeah, these guys are showing a lot of desperation. I think they really want that fight. They really feel that by beating a legend, you become a legend. I'm not so sure about that, but yeah, guys, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. And guys, remember to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you guys in the next video.